Well, Blood Knights were strong, but now they're officially broken. You might be wondering what happened. Why Blood Knight got buffed? Well, actually every class got buffed with the latest update. They added 30% damage reduction on top of the existing damage reduction effects in both Battlegrounds and Rite of Exile. This means every class is going to die slower, which sounds great, but Blood Knight was already really hard to kill thanks to their iframe skills, Sanguinate and Swarm of Bats. With this update, it's easier for them to stay alive between the cooldowns of these two skills. So if you manage your skills carefully as a Blood Knight, you are going to be really tough to kill. From my experience, I was using 4 pieces of Monta Bank with my PvP builds when I played Blood Knight to stay alive longer against other Whales, but today I removed my Monta Banks because I thought I would be fine without them with this damage reduction update, and it turns out I was right. I tried couple of games with 4-piece Grace and 2-piece Urge and I was doing great. And the teams were kinda even, so I didn't really overpower the whole enemy team because of my resonance. So anyways, GG's, welcome to the Blood Knight grounds. We can call Battlegrounds like that now. Don't be surprised if you start to see 6 Blood Knights on each team from now on, just like the old Barbarian meta times. And now I will share the build I used and I will add the gameplay of those games I played. Let's start with the skills we have for this build. I am using Sanguinate, Swarm of Bats, Typhon Blood and Secure. Of course, I have Shadow's Edge as my primary attack. And for the set items, just like I mentioned before, I am using 4 pieces of Grace and 2 pieces of Vitus. Now let's check out the legendary items. For the headpiece, I have Horns of the Hexed. Siphon Blood is no longer channeled and now moves with you, dealing damage and draining the life of nearby enemies. For the chest, I have this one, Swarm of Bats damage increased by 19%. Or you can use No More Bygones for your chest essence as well. Sanguinate now also shatters enemy armor, increasing the damage they take by 19% for 3 seconds. For the shoulders, this is a must-have, we have Solemn Snare. Swarm of Bats now shrouds you in a fog of blood mist, increasing your movement speed and making you untargetable while also dealing damage to nearby enemies. For the pants, we have Faces of Fading Mirth. Swarm of Bats now also poisons enemies, causing them to take 5.3k continual damage for 3 seconds. For the main ant, we have this one. When Siphon Blood damages the same enemy 3 times, it causes them to hemorrhage, dealing 7.5k additional damage. For the offhand, we have the Secure damage buff essence. Secure also increases your damage done by 19% for 4 seconds. And for the additional main ant, I am using the Dissolver. Secure now also causes you to leap into the air and slam into the target location, knocking enemies up and stunning them. And for the additional offhand, I have the new essence called Mooncall. Shadow's Edge also increases your primary attack speed by 10% for 2 seconds, stacking up to 3 times. Or you can use Mercy's Plight as the additional offhand as well. Shadow's Edge now marks enemies, causing them to erupt for 33k additional damage when reaching 4 marks. Other than that, I am using 40 pieces of Barrier Reforged bonus, so I am decked out with those. They give me a lot of shields almost every 8-9 seconds, which helps greatly. For the curse properties, I have 6 pieces of Nettled, which works really well with my Reforged bonus, and for the other 2 I have Lashed. Finally, for my Paragon, since I don't die that often, I am using Executioner. But you can play with Gladiator if you are not comfortable with Executioner. For the Paragon point distribution, I maxed out my damage and life first, and I spent my points on Armor Pen and Potency. Before the update, I was maxing out my armor instead of Armor Pen, but now that changed as well. I think that's all. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments, and don't forget to drop a like. Now, enjoy the gameplay.